on, we'll start on whatever question comes, that'll be what we'll talk about. Any ideas? Any wishes? Any requests? Anything on the mind?
Was just Venerable. I was just having a conversation with my mother about.
Oh, good. That sounds like a good way to start. Let's talk. Come on.
No, we were discussing. I have specific expectations of my son, and gosh, I just need to knock that off. And so,
No, that's it. No, that's it. That's the one. That's here. I mean, this is of course, this is the way, one of the major ways that attachment works. So let's literally do the Buddhist analysis on it. I mean, we all use that word, we all know expectations, but let's do the Buddhist analysis. That's really clear, and that's what's brilliant about Buddhism. We all know the word, but let's really define it, So, of course, the first step is to remember, all the time remember, this is unique to the Buddha. Well, I mean, it is reality, but Buddha takes this as a really major point, that we've got to recognize that we have the virtuous qualities and then we have the non-virtuous ones. We have the positive qualities, and then right next door, the brothers and sisters who are the neurotic. And if you like, I mean, I heard something about Jung talking about the shadow side. I think that's a really nice way to say it, because you can see there's a really positive quality. Let's say in a really virtuous, appropriate relationship with you and your son, you would have a series of really valid expectations, and that's reasonable. That he would expect that you'd take care of him and look after him and not beat him up every day and feed him and educate him. And you would expect that he would, respond to that and grow up accordingly. That's valid. But what we don't understand, I think, in the West is that there's a neurotic, deluded, ridiculous aspect of expectation, which is coming from attachment, and that's the one that poisons it. So the biggest problem, because we don't have that distinction of virtuous and non-virtuous, well, we do have it, but we don't join the dots in the West. When we hear, oh, I've got to give up expectations, we then throw the baby. We think we're supposed to throw the baby out with the bathwater and have no expectations, and then it's kind of like, oh, you behave as you wish, I don't care, I have no expectations. That's nihilism. So we've really got to be very wise in the way we understand what it means, Shed, I tell you. And of course, the one that's painful is, of course, is attachment. Because attachment, so we have to understand attachment. And that's what's difficult. The word is so simple, but it's effectively, Buddha actually, in the Four Noble Truths, he effectively says that attachment is the main cause of suffering in the universe. Now, that's a pretty big thing to state, So if it's true, we had better know what he's talking about. And then we have to understand, when we start to study the mind, in this way we're describing the virtuous and the non-virtuous, another way of looking at how we function in the mind, the Buddha's analysis, is we have a grosser level of and when we're advanced beings, we've got single-pointed concentration, which of course we don't even posit as existing in neuroscience. So this is brand new. This is unique to the Buddha. Then your mind then is super subtle, super clear, and eventually it'll even be, truly extraordinary in the sense that it won't be conceptual. It'll be this powerful, all-knowing kind of capacity for cognition. Now, that's completely abstract in the West. We can't even put our head around that. So the level we function at is a very gross level, and it's the level of conceptuality. And what's surprising to us, what we think of as emotions and feelings, both the positive ones and the neurotic ones, they're actually based in being conceptual thoughts. And the level of feeling involved in them is simply the level of habit of having them. So the key function of all the neurotic states of mind, attachment effectively in daily life being the main one, is that they are these conceptual stories, the conceptual thoughts that, and this is their key function, they exaggerate. They embellish their object. So if you've got attachment for cake, something as simple as that, there is a cake there. There is a chocolate cake. You will enjoy it. It's even a good chocolate cake. But the problem is not even the taste sensation is not the problem. The eye seeing nice chocolate is not the problem. It's the particular thing called attachment that is this coming from emotional hunger. This is attachment that feels I'm not enough. That's the starting point, and therefore is hungrily looking out there for something to fill up the gaping hole, and that's attachment. And the next level of attachment, and what it does is exaggerates the deliciousness of the cake, and that then, to the degree that you exaggerate its deliciousness coming from this emotional hunger, then the expectation kicks in, it had better make me happy. And the more the emotional hunger, the more the dissatisfaction, all of which are attachment, the more the exaggeration of its deliciousness, the more fierce is this greedy expectation that that cake had damn well better make me happy. That's its job. Now, cake doesn't mind, but then we start doing that to our sons and our husbands, we're in serious damn trouble. That's how attachment works. And it's multifaceted, it's pervasive, it's deep and very hard to recognize, but we hear every one of those and we recognize, So, and it's a huge job but the first step is to see it and to understand it and try, as we just did, a bit of analysis of it. And we hear it so clearly and we know we all have it. And it's huge. And because it's sort of what it does is, so there's you with you're a mother. You gave birth to this person. So, of course, in the West, we think that you created him. Well, that's very rude. You didn't. You simply provided the egg and the sperm, and this little boy's mind came along due to past karma with you and jumped in, So that's a very different view already. That means you've got this. On the virtuous side, you have this relationship, this role you have to play. You have a really huge responsibility for love and compassion and kindness to give this child whom you have karma with, a body and a life, so they can then you can kick them out and they can become their own person. That's very different from thinking it's my baby, I made him, which is all attachment, owning it as if it's yours, because that's one of the functions of attachment too. It's possessiveness, ownership, and that's what's fierce about attachment in the West, because we don't have this view of karma. So when you don't have that, you can be much more reasonable. You know it's your job to have love and compassion and take care of this person. And then, of course, you've got attachment because you've got this strong karmic connection. And of course, since the time he was born, if you're a usual mother, he looked totally divine to you. And he's this unique little precious being whom you totally adore. And another one of the functions of attachment is you can't stop thinking about him. So, it's huge. And to try and put some love and compassion and common sense into that is not easy. But that's the job of a mother. And good luck to you, baby. Are we communicating?
Yes, Venerable, we're communicating.
This is your job, babe, to distinguish between delusions and virtue. That's the essential job of being a Buddhist. The neurotic ones, or if you like, Jung's one, the shadow side, the attachment, the neediness, the expectation, the jealousy, the anger, the manipulating, that's attachment as well. Controlling, that's attachment as well. And then let virtue, they're our saving grace. Kindness, patience, love, compassion, wisdom. And the big thing to see, of course, is the more attachment is there, the more it blinds you from seeing this person properly. It's a very narrow mind. It's very fixated. So it's to get past it is not easy. And that's what your practice is, especially. That's what our practice is every single day with every one of us, So it's a huge job, but this is the analysis. And these words are quite powerful, we kind of recognize it, but this is not necessarily how we analyze it in modern psychology. We have no view of karma in modern psychology. And we know that having the view of karma, that this person is their own person, you did not make them. How rude, how arrogant. To think that you created this child is so rude. That's like a God complex, it's a terrible concept. But that's what we think in the West. Which is why we blame our mothers, How dare a less than perfect person make me, So, this view in the materialist view is fraught with problems, So anyway, it's not easy. You can still have a reasonable expectation, but if this person and from their side, because of their own neuroses, they're suffering badly, that could be a difficult situation, You have to talk about it, but it's not easy. It's very hard to know when it's valid to persevere with some expectation, especially if it's your child. You understand? It depends on how old they are. Are they 27 or are they 5?
30, and I'm raising his 7-year-old.
Okay, so then it's not then. So then you. could say there's no longer the mother-son relationship. But again, the trouble is mothers don't give up seeing the child as their baby when they're 97 even. So that's the problem. So if he's a 30-year-old, oh my God, then you better back off and mind your own business, baby. That's very clear. I mean, if he's 15, that's different. But you have no right to have expectations for a 30-year-old fully grown person. So that's going to be, there's no virtue in that. Do you understand me? That's a difficult one.
Oh no, I am raising his
Oh,
7-year-old, and
you're raising. Oh, this is even more
I'm raising.
complicated. Oh
I
my
just
God.
would like him to show up and see his
Well, you mean,
child.
oh, because he's useless and he's a, oh, you mean
No,
he's chucked his kid out? Or what?
yeah, I'm raising his child, yeah. And I would just like him to show up and just say
Oh,
hello.
I see. So this is another whole scenario again. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right to have expectations indeed. But then, I mean, now, but we can
Yeah.
spend the rest of the hour on this topic, and I have to refrain from
That's
investigating it because I love the idea. Do you want to talk about it? It's a good
Sure,
example for everybody. Do you want to be the guinea pig
sure.
for this
I
little
would love to be
conversation?
the guinea pig. Yeah.
Okay, this
Yeah.
is a huge one. Wow. So why are you being the mother to his boy? I mean, he's not capable at 30 years old.
The mother's an addict, and he is really not interested, but he also has health problems. And then on top of that, he works sun up to sundown. And so,
But the
yeah.
bottom line is he's chosen not to be the father to his child. I mean, we give all the reasons, but the bottom line is he doesn't want to be the parent to his child.
That's correct.
That's the fundamental one. So then, well, if that's the case, you better start for your own benefit, Jayla, not for his benefit, for your benefit, you better stop expecting, because that will make you insane. You will go mad. It will torture you.
It is.
Because it's clear that he's not capable. And if he's not capable, you've just got to, and you're mad. So then I would say there's no benefit in you having any expectations whatsoever. You'll just go crazy.
I will. Yes.
Do you understand me? That's very clear. That seems clear based on even just this. I mean, he's chosen, whatever reasons, his own reasons he's chosen, he can't handle it. He doesn't want to be the parent, that's it. So then you better, and even you'd better give up your expectations. You've just got to learn to, and this is where the thing is. Yeah. I think one of the key things in whatever the problem is for all of us is once I could say it to you this way for you, once you have really decided this is what I want to do. And if you haven't decided that, you'll be tortured. So you've got two choices. You absolutely decide this is my role, I will accept it with a happy mind, or you give it up. One or the other. You can't live in this nightmare of in between. So if you haven't chosen it yet, and that's part of our problem, it's sort of like, you've got a job you don't like. You can't stand the job, and the boss might be terrible. But until you decide either you will stay and make the most of it, which means you choose it, or you choose to leave. But we sit in between and go mad, So you'd better make a very clear decision. I mean, the kid might have just been dumped on you, but you at some point have to choose, I am owning this and I want to do it. Then you'll have a happy mind. Otherwise you'll go mad.
I've chosen. I just was hoping that he would show up every once in a while. But again, that's my expectations on him.
That's right. Yeah. No, I mean, no, that's your, and then you analyze it more, but it's more than just plain attachment. It's also anger. You're angry. You're pissed off with him that he's not doing it. He's not doing it what you think is his job. And that anger so the anger there is really the response to your attachment, your neediness, your emotional hunger wants him to do this. There's virtue in you as well. I mean, the virtue in you, because your boy would love to see his father, no doubt, right? And it makes you probably sad, does it not? That would be there too. That's virtuous. Don't worry about that part. Have that and be sad. But it's your anger. Anger is the response when attachment doesn't get what it wants. And attachment here is simply attachment, you emotionally, hungrily needing him to damn well turn up. Because it's true, you are not wrong in saying it's his job, but there's no benefit to you to think it, because it's not going to happen. And if it does, it'll be a bonus. Do you understand me? That's going to be your main practice, and that's not easy.
Thank you, Venerable. That's my practice. You're absolutely right. So thank you.
It is really
my practice. You're absolutely right. So thank you.
It is really, that's a huge practice. So every day it's a question of recognizing I mean, there are many approaches to it, but one of them, and this is classical in all relationships, is that he's not capable of doing what you expect of him. And that's the big problem in regular romantic relationships, this constant neediness for the other person to be the way we want them to be. And then we're mad at them and get angry when they don't do it. And we think we're right in expecting it, and that's our problem. And it's very hard. I mean, if there is some relationship there and, he has agreed he will do his best to come and you talk to him reasonably and he says, yes, I promise I will, but he's not showing that. He's not showing any wish to change. Is that true? Is that true? Or have you had the discussion with him or what?
So he said, I'll show up. Let's go have lunch or let's go have breakfast. And it's 5 o'clock.
Okay. And he doesn't come. No, okay. So he's got his own problems, clearly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. He has communication at all with his boy?
Not in a while. Yeah. Not in
no phone calls, nothing like that.
Not in a few months, no.
And the boy's sad.
Yeah, of course.
Must be heartbreaking for him. And for you just to watch that must be very sad as well.
That's the frustration.
That's the part. That's where you got to keep it to be virtuous and have compassion and not turn into the anger part. That's the part that's difficult. And it's easy to do that. And it's in a sense righteous, but it'll just torture you. And that's why it's important not to think, oh, I shouldn't be angry, I'm a naughty person. No, it's because it harms us. Don't worry. It's not a question of should or shouldn't. We've got to recognize the states of mind that are helpful to us or not helpful to us. And this need and expectation he be different and this anger that he's not, it will just hurt you. That's the real reason to do it, for your own sanity, It's not a moralistic thing, it's a practical issue. So be kind to yourself and know how hard it is, but realize there's no benefit. There's no benefit to you. And you just have to love the boy for who he is and he has. And when you realize karma too, you've got to know that he has got this karmic connection with that particular father. And to have a mother who's an alcoholic or a junkie, he has got the karma to have no parents. That's his whereas again, the Western one would think it's outrageous. He doesn't deserve it. He's an innocent victim. No, he is part of the karmic one as well. He has played a role in his life. And that brings a very big change. Even though it's painful for him, he has to learn to know this is his life. This is where his karma has brought him, It's not as if it's happening to him unfairly, which is the view we have in the West. On the face of it, it is in a normal, conventional sense. It is. But from the bigger picture point of view, the karmic one is huge, so he's got to learn that's part of his learning. And you can help him learn it is he a good boy? You said he's got a great grandmother as well, has he? You said you're talking to your mother about it.
Yes, I was talking to my mother. Yes,
he's got a great mother. He's got you. He's got a mother, a grandmother, and a great grandmother as well. So he loves his great grandma as well.
Yes, he does.
Oh, that's good. He's very lucky to have you.
Yes,
so love him and love him and love him for who he is, and he'll learn. He'll learn from this. It's so sad, but wow, well done. It's huge practice. Good on you.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, darling. Thank you. See, I think that's the thing I said before. We all know these words, in the West. It's not as if Buddha invented attachment and anger and got copyright on it. It's just that Buddhism, may I suggest, has a very clear-eyed presentation of these states of mind. I mean, it's huge, and that makes all the difference in the world. Not just, oh, well, it's just natural. It's not enough. It's not nearly enough, Got to be able to analyze and unpack these conceptual thoughts, and that's the job of being a Buddhist. That's how we practice, I tell you. What else, people?
I have one.
Yeah, good.
So I am from a family of 5 children. I'm the oldest. But number 2 is the bossy one, and she is the one that was the caregiver of my elderly parents. And so she's angry because 20% of the work wasn't spread upon all 5 people. My father has passed. She lives with my mother now. And during this whole 4 years where she was caregiving, she just got angrier and angrier and angrier. And she got entitled, like, you should do this. This is how I want it done. And it's very hard to deal with an angry person on a regular basis who has no insight to understand that it's not about her exclusively. So I'll give you an example of what just happened.
I know, but before you go further, can you give us some background for as to why? Is it her job, her responsibility, her profession? Did you all
No, it
agree that
wasn't.
she would take on the job? How did it manifest that she
So,
took on the job of 100% care?
so she is unmarried, and when my 90-year-old father fell off the roof and broke his left heel, his right heel, and his left leg, he had to go to rehab. And I'm a physician, and I said, you should come and live with me, but I don't live in the same state. I live 5.5 hours away by car. So they wanted to live with my unmarried daughter because my father is very traditional and wanted to be the man in the house, even though he couldn't walk. He eventually went to rehab. He eventually walked with a walker and then was able to walk with a cane. And at 93 and a half, he passed.
Okay, so it's more just that evolved that way.
It
But I mean,
evolved
it's
that way.
interesting. But it's interesting. But the first thing you said was that she's unmarried, as if somehow, well, she hasn't got any other responsibility, so she can do it, which is already
Well,
a bit
no,
of
it
not a very
wasn't. It
nice.
was my father who said that.
So your father decided that, but
My
she
father
did. So
decided
again,
that.
this is the same thing as I'm saying to Shayla. Knowing her mind, it does sound like she feels it's all been dumped upon her, that she didn't really
Well,
choose it. What do you think?
she was the one who, when she lived an hour away from them, whenever they had a wedding to go to, she would drive. A funeral, she would drive. She would drive them to the doctor's office because she lived
But what I'm getting
an
at is,
hour
did she
away. Yeah.
choose this because she wanted to, or did she? Do you think, knowing her mind, did she do it out of shame and guilt and like? Do you know?
No, I think she initially did it because she was the dutiful daughter, and then she
Right.
she felt like she was put upon when my brother, who lives 2 miles away from my parents, did not help.
I understand. And that's so again, on the face of it, we can look at what's reasonable and what's not. So on the
Right.
face of it, this seems some reasonable kind of assumption that the other people in the family could share to take care of the mother.
Yes,
So
yes. So
so then it's in so go
yeah.
on.
So
So
I
therefore
tried. So
yeah.
initially I was going down I was going down every 4 months, and I was going down every 3 months, then I was
Yeah.
going down every
Yeah.
6 weeks. And in
Sure.
the last year, I was going every 2 to 4 weeks, driving
Right.
five and a
And
half
what about the
hours back
brother?
and
He's
forth.
not doing anything. So
He
the
mowed
brother
the
doesn't
lawn.
go at all, the brother who lives nearby.
No, he didn't.
See, so he's still around 2 miles away.
Well, he no, because my parents had to move out of their house because my father couldn't walk at that time.
No, I
So they
understand. Yeah.
moved to my sister's house.
And to where? So now she's full time taking care of her mum.
In her house, yes.
I see. So
So
then it's true. So then we can understand on the face of the
yes,
regular being a
yes,
regular human
right,
being how she's
right,
feeling.
right.
But then what? So I mean, my feeling is it's not appropriate of you though to expect her to be different. I
Oh,
mean,
no. That's not the problem. The problem is that
but you
if
said it's
she
difficult to
doesn't,
talk to somebody.
it's
I
very
mean,
difficult to talk to her because she's angry all the time. So, for instance,
I
when
know,
my
but this
father
is
died,
what I'm getting to here. I'm not. So this is the same with me with Shayla. It's interesting. Whether she's right or not in thinking the father of her boy should be coming and taking care, the reality is he's not. So her practice is to give up expecting it. Well, as I'm talking to you and you are the person asking the question, we understand what you've just said. So then let's look at what your practice is, and your practice is to be loving and patient and kind and understand her and not expect her
yes,
to be different.
and I've been doing that, except that
That's
the
but that's
other
the answer to
siblings
my but that's
aren't,
the
and I
answer.
don't
Well,
know
that's my
how
answer to
to.
my question.
Yeah, but I don't know how to get the others
Nothing to
to
do. No.
engage that
Okay,
way
now I get your point. Nothing you can do. There's nothing. Exactly the same as with
because it's
Shayla's point.
causing
This is
friction
the
in the
problem.
family. Yeah,
Huh?
it's
What?
causing friction. Nobody,
Of
like,
course it's
people
going
don't
to
want to
cause
talk to
friction.
other people. Yeah.
Of course it's friction. It's going to cause terrible friction. What can you do? You have to sit there and love everybody for who they are and mind your own business and not talk about other people to each other. Otherwise it becomes this total nightmare. This is what I'm saying to you, it's because easy. It's because it's not easy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Must be
No,
so
because
difficult.
the only way you can talk to my mother is through my sister because she has the cell phone.
Well, you don't need to talk to them.
Well,
I understand that, don't you?
you want to talk to your 90-year-old mother, you know?
So that's another discussion. So what's the point here? What's this point about?
So you can't, if people are hesitant to talk to my sister, then they're not talking to my mother. So then my mother is the one who loses.
So what are you saying here? You can't talk to your mother unless your sister gives you the phone. What are you saying? I'm missing the
My
point, darling.
sister has the cell phone. She does not have a home phone.
That I understand. So then, go
So
on.
if you call, you have to go through my sister,
Right.
but she chooses to answer or not because she's angry at you.
Oh, I understand. So then that makes people afraid to talk. No, again.
Right.
Well, that's it. And I mean, we understand it. What can you do?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Bottom line is, all you can do, and then I suppose you talk to each other and then you'll get upset with your sister and so it goes on. And this is the problem, isn't it?
No, I've been trying
this
to be
is the tragedy.
Switzerland.
This is the problem, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's all you can do, I think.
Yeah. I
It's
think
all you can do
hard.
for your sake. I mean, you're the one who's discussing it. The others aren't asking.
Right.
So we can't give advice for them. And there's no point in you trying to change them either. So the main point is for you,
Just
keep a happy mind, do your best you can, understand human nature, love the sister. And if you want to talk to your mother, you've got to have the courage to go through your angry sister and not worry about it. That's the main one.
No, so
does your mother want to talk to people? She's not
she
or anything.
Always asks, where is, so and so? Why doesn't somebody visit me? Why doesn't someone call me?
So she's upset as well. I see.
She doesn't understand that there's friction going on because nobody tells her that.
Of course not. No, I know. And you can't give your mother her own phone.
At 90, she can't even use the TV remote.
I see. No, I understand.
She doesn't understand the button.
I understand. So can you find a way to be extra kind and patient with your sister so that she softens a bit?
Have been trying that for 4 years.
Just for her own sake. Is that difficult?
And it doesn't work? That for 4 years, yeah.
Doesn't work.
Everybody is self-important in this family. Everybody's right, and everybody wants it their way. And that's what the problem is.
We understand that, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We all understand that.
Yes.
So, all you can do is just keep your own wits about you, understand human nature, do your best, and, and try and get through to you. All you can do. And this is where our problems all are. They're not, forget about the wars in other countries. Look at our own families. This is the tragedy.
Yeah. Well, it was my father's greatest wish that the family stayed cohesive, and I'm trying to keep it cohesive by trying to be Switzerland, and it's really difficult.
Yes. That's right.
Situation.
Yeah, it's not, but keep going. Do your best. Try and do your best. Love each one for who they are. It's all you can do, darling.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the encouragement.
Thank you, darling. Good. What else, people? We all understand them. This is so classic, isn't it?
I have a question now. I put it in the chat.
Yes, come on,
and I can repeat it.
Talk to me, yes.
So I have a daughter, she's 16. Her mother and I are divorced, but we both try to be good co-parents. My daughter, she is an A+ student. In the last 1 year, she is dealing with the burden of her expectations. She wants to be a perfectionist. Anything she does, she wants to be the best. And then if things don't go her way, she gets extremely depressed.
I'm sure, yeah.
Right now, we've been feverishly looking to get therapy that is a good fit for her. But it just pains me and their mother that she's struggling so much and struggling to a point where she is like, I'm not good enough. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to be ordinary. I want to be something special. So I try to talk to her as a dad, try to bring her to reality, and she hates me when I do that. So what is your take on this? What is your perspective on how to
I understand, I hear it, yeah. So on the one hand, she's treated like a special girl because she's extra super intelligent, right? Because on the one hand, you said she feels she's not enough, but she just, on the other hand, doesn't want to be special. She just said that. So this is this conflict in her or something, is there? Is she like a special student and treated like a special student? Is that what you meant?
No, it's not treated as a special student. It's in her mind to want to be the best, and in her what? And she's special.
Oh, I see. Okay.
She plays multiple instruments. She's an A+ student in academics.
Right.
She's pretty good at many things.
Yes.
She went to, for example, I'll tell you, I'll be brief on this.
Yeah.
Their mother and their sister have a younger one too, and they all three of them went to LA for K-pop convention that's happening right now. They three of them are huge fans of K-pop. My daughter, 16, she used to be a big fan of K-pop, and recently she started hating all of them because apparently in her mind they all got a break, lucky break, and she never got it. So she now hates them. She now hates herself that she's not good enough. They're in LA. She's just in the hotel room, and the mother and the younger sister are having to like go, and the mother had to go back and forth. So it's a bit extreme, and I struggle.
Yeah, no, it really feels like she's torturing herself, isn't it? So,
Exactly.
and she's 16, you say?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, I mean, first of all, we've all been 16, and so we all know we go through our own particular agonies, you know. So you're feeling you're feeling yeah, and being the father's not easy because you're so close. So, is this feeling new?
It pains me. I feel helpless.
Is it fairly new?
Sorry, I missed your
Is this
screen.
behavior fairly new?
Is this behavior failing me? I don't know. Um,
You haven't
it,
noticed when she was 12, 13, 14?
no, she wasn't like that. I think she may have shown
That's what
signs.
I'm saying. It's fairly new.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's part of growing up on the one side, and so then if you want to label, I mean, using the Buddhist analysis, you want to label what's going on. It's a strong anger, and then she's got some jealousy in there. How dare they got it lucky and I didn't? That's called jealousy. There's anger, and then there's attachment, and there's this expectation of ourself, which is one of our worst attachments. And then we just start to sort of turn it against ourselves. So there's huge guilt and anger towards herself. So I mean, part of it is just growing up. So tell me her. We've got a mixture of qualities, you know. So she surely also has. So apart from her intelligence, what are her good qualities? Is she compassionate? Is she ethical? Is she kind in general? Is she kind? Does she like animals? Does she like helping people? What are some of her virtues?
she's one of the kindest people you'll ever meet.
Okay.
Would talk to even her enemies with kindness. She doesn't hate anyone. She's someone
Uh-huh.
who just is very kind, and that's what is very painful to see her go through that,
Yes,
where
I understand.
now hating herself and
Yes,
hating.
that's right. Exactly. It's not, I mean, okay. So then what does she talk? You say she's angry
Yeah,
with
she's very
you.
angry
Why is she angry with you at the moment?
because a couple of weeks ago I tried to tell her, hey, you need to live in the reality, and I wasn't even like forceful. I was just frustrated, and I was trying to give her a little bit of reality. Life doesn't work like that, and she just like stopped talking to me. She's like, you're insensitive.
Yeah, because I mean that's about the worst thing you could do. It's not going to be. It's because I mean you're just giving her a lecture on how she should be and showing zero sympathy, isn't it? Which
Yes,
is not so skillful of you. Are you seeing that?
yes,
Yeah.
I apologized to her, and
Okay.
nothing. She doesn't talk to me right now.
No. Okay. Well, she'll be fine. Don't worry. So, does she know she's got a problem? Does she want to reach out to somebody? Does she want to find, say, a therapist or someone to talk to? Has she expressed that wish?
We had a therapist for her for a few. She did about 3 rounds, and that didn't work out. We are now trying to get some really good recommendations, and we're in the process of setting up this.
But what I'm asking, no, but even forget, and what I'm asking is, does she want that? It's important that she want it. If she's going to do it, not just do it out because her father tells her. Do you think she wants to find somebody to talk to? That's an important point.
No, she doesn't want to talk to anyone. She feels like her life is over.
I understand
There's
that,
nobody
but
that.
she's indicating that she doesn't want. I understand that, but she's indicating that she doesn't want to go to a therapist. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. Yes,
So nevertheless, she did go.
she did go three rounds,
And
and
what happened? It didn't work because she didn't talk, or what?
well, the therapist couldn't handle her, and basically she said, you need to go see somebody else. And the way the therapist told her, that made her really angry, and she said, you can't help me. You're not trying to help me. And then that was it.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. Do you have some optimism that this is just part of her growing up?
Um, you got static a little bit. I missed what you asked.
Do you have some optimism that this is just part of the way she is growing up, which is very common for one way or another? We seem to go through these different things when we're younger. Are you confident that her good qualities will win the day?
I am, but I'm just worried
What do
that
you think?
in the short term, she doesn't want to go to school, she said. It just bothers me that she's wasting this precious time and this life that she has. And
That's right. So what do you feel then? Where does she live with you? You lives with your mother and both of you together, or you live separate? She lives separately.
she,
What's the story?
she lives with her mom mostly. We have 50%, but she's been, lately she's been mostly spending time with her mom because of the activities and school.
Does she get along with her mother?
Yes,
Does she get along with her mother?
she
Well,
does.
then I think you just have to. Okay. So then I think my feeling is that's good. You have to accept this at the moment and try not to give her lectures. Know that it's just part of her growing up. That she's got the potential. Try not to beat yourself up too much about it, as if you've done something wrong. I mean, you're doing your best, but try to be just very wise and have confidence that she'll be okay. I'm not trying to make that in a simple way. I mean, it's just she's got good qualities, and they, in the end, will. I mean, if you said to me, no, she lies, she steals, she's unethical, then she's going to have some problems. But often in the Western world, we don't even consider the ethics. But she's got good ethics fundamentally. She'll be okay. It's just part of her growing up. So you just got to be patient and kind and not try to give her lectures and not try to think wasting her. I mean, of course, you're her father, you love her, but try just to show patience and kindness. And if she doesn't want to see you, accept that. Let it be that way at the moment. At least she wants to talk to her mother. Let that be at the moment. Don't worry about it, is my feeling. Just keep away. But in your heart, my feeling is you've done nothing wrong. You're doing your best. Just have confidence in her potential. That's my feeling.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Good. Wow, I can't imagine being a parent, I tell you. I can't imagine you people being parents, grandparents. It's too much for my mind. See, this is the thing that's in every single thing we're discussing here, the three conversations, it's the same, using the Buddhist analysis, it's the same one. We've got these close karmic connections with different people, and all we've discussed so far is family, especially family, so intense. And then this is the thing, is because one of the functions of this attachment and jealousy and anger, these neuroses, which are they're so normal. And even in modern psychology, we don't even use these words. They seem so simple, But the analysis in Buddhism is really profound. They're these they're all the voices of ego. They're particularly, we dump them onto the close people, it goes without saying. And what they do is they distort, they distort the object of our, whether it's the sisters and the brothers of whoever asked me before, who was that? Kathleen. I can't remember. I can't see Catherine. I can't see her square now. She's got, this is Rinchen. Her, exactly. You see the sisters, you see the brothers, then there's and then there's Jayla and her son and her grandson and her, then there's this one, his Aben's daughter. So attachment over exaggerates their deliciousness. Attachment also over exaggerates our responsibility to make it all nice. Attachment, one of its big jobs is to be a control freak. I love that phrase in the West. It sticks its nose in and wants desperately to make everything better. And if you want to look at attachment fundamentally, that's its main pain, because attachment is this very fragile part of us that is like a little child that can only cope with everything being nice. Desperately, attachment wants everything to be nice. And as soon as it's not nice, and each of the three scenarios are just variations on the same theme. Things are going wrong. People are not behaving the way our attachment wants, and it's very, very painful. And we are basically all having panic attacks because our brothers and sisters or our child are not behaving the way that And even though it could be a valid situation, attachment is within us is this needy, fragile, emotionally hungry, fragile child that only desperately wants to make everything nice, wants everything to be nice, and then we think it's our job to stick our nose in to make everything nice. And that's where we become control freaks. Like, there's Avon trying to make his daughter better, so he gives her talks and lectures because he wants her to be another way. There's a validity there, but the attachment is what makes the mess. It's not wisdom, it's not kindness that makes the mess. It's attachment that makes the mess, and then it distorts the family. It distorts the person. It looks them, either they look worse than they really are, or they look better than they really are. They're not valid, and they're painful. This is the Buddha's analysis, and I mean, they've got problems, and we've got to look into our problem when we see their problems, and that's where it gets tricky. So keeping our mind sane every day, being clear-eyed. That's why I asked what are her good qualities. You've got to see the good as well as the bad. We see the bad rising up, and it just dominates everything, And it's just not easy. It's just really not easy. This is what practice is. This is daily practice, I swear. I don't care how many hours you sit on your cushion watching your breath or doing your visualizations. If it's not benefiting you and helping you do this job better, then you're not practicing, because this is what practice is. The reason we do our deity practice is so we can give up attachment. I am a friend of mine who did a 3-4 year intensive tantric retreats, full-on serious deity retreats. And she said, I was so looking forward to doing the retreats. And she thought she would do some lam rim meditations, on this exactly type of thing, on attachment and anger and all the rest, and karma. And that would help me get tantric realizations. At the end of the retreat, she said, oh, I was wrong. Doing tantra helped me get lam rim realizations. So the reason we do Haruka and Vajrasattva and Tara and the rest is to understand our mind. The reason we do prostrations is to understand our mind. The reason we do mantras is to understand our mind. All those practices are to help us be our own therapist, which is literally the job. That's the job of being a Buddhist. And if all our practices don't help us understand attachment, understand anger, understand jealousy, and learn to subdue them and grow our virtues, then they're not working. It's not practice at all. That we've got to remember this, We start being Buddhists when we start to look on our mind, We start being Buddhist. Even abiding by the laws of ethics is common to any good human on the planet. Good communists, good Hindus, and good Australians practice good ethics. But you really begin to apply the Buddhist analysis when you start to investigate your mind. That's when you begin to apply the unique approach that Buddha has to the mind and how it functions, and how we can, as Lama Zopa says, mold our mind into any shape we like. Then when our mind is more clear and we are less attached and less angry and less jealous, we will see the daughter and we will not worry so much. We'll have sadness and compassion, but we will not be losing the plot. We will see our son, we will see our brothers and sisters, but not get attached and not be angry. Of course, that day will come. And that's what these holy beings are like. They don't lose the plot, They have wisdom and clarity, and that grounds them. It's attachment and anger that throws us, chucks all over the place. We don't suffer because of compassion. We don't suffer because of love. We don't suffer because of patience. We suffer because of attachment, mostly this emotional hunger, this fragile little part of us that wants everything to be lovely, and then we try to make it that way, and then we freak out and get angry and all the other dramas. They're why we suffer, It's huge, and everybody's got each person here, we all got the same story, one way or another. This is Dharma practice, I promise. So keep looking at our minds, keep working on our mind. Then we will be able to understand. Shayla will be able to understand her boy, and Rinchen will be able to understand her brother and her self-centered sisters and brothers, and her resentful sister who's feeling badly done by, and even will understand his 16-year-old daughter. Then we'll understand, and then if we can do something to help, we will do it, and if we can't, we will sit there like a rock of Gibraltar and love them for who they are. Okay, people. That's the job to be done.
Venerable.
Yeah.
It's Jerry here.
Yes, Jerry, darling.
Thank you for all that. And Sheila, thank you for bringing it up, because it was something on my mind similar thing. I don't want to share the story here, but I'm curious, and I've heard you say this before, I think you're saying it now. You look at your mind, instead of expressing what you're feeling to the other person, you look at your mind. But how then do you deal with the frustration of, should you clear the air? Like, should you raise something with someone, or should you just shut up? To try and
give a simple
things.
scenario. I understand your point in general, but give a simple scenario. I mean, even make it up; it doesn't matter. Give a simple scenario.
Right. So planning a trip with someone, and they're on one mindset around it, and I'm on another, and we're not really communicating, and I'm getting more frustrated about it.
So you mean the person wants one thing and you want another?
Sort of, simply, but yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, in a way. Yes.
What do you think the solution is? I mean, you have to have it. Do you have to make a decision? Do you both have to make a decision? Do you? A decision has to be made, does it?
Yes, I suppose we could do things separately, but
so you both decide to go somewhere together, and they want to do one thing and you want to do another.
It's not quite as simple as that, but yes, we're going to the same place. It's more our approach to it is different, and I think we're starting to lose communication. And I'm starting to feel angry, and I don't want to express it. I've heard what you said today, and I think that's so useful. Thank you. So
okay, so listen. Okay, so listen. When it comes to that particular scenario, it's a different one. You're two adults, and you're supposed to be doing something together, and basically you've got different approaches to it, and you're getting angry because you can't express your way. There's two choices, honey. There's one choice. Give up your view and be happy to do theirs. That's it. That's your practice, Jerry, in this one. I would say there's no solution otherwise. If you want to keep fighting to be heard, that's but in the end, just whoever it is, do what they want. I think that's the instant solution if you're brave enough. Now, if it's not the right, I don't know the scenario, so I can't say, but I mean, it seems to me if you want to keep talking about it, you're saying you're frustrated because why? They don't hear your view. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, it has to be that, I mean, I wish you could just, if it's a concrete scenario, we can talk about it. But I mean, it seems to me if it's not as if you got this person like your child or you're crazy, you're both you're both supposed to be doing something together and you got two different approaches. Well, I mean, it seems to me you've got one choice is accept that and love them for who they are and do what you want and let them be upset if they don't like it, or do what they want. I don't know. You've got two choices. Which one will be the least of them? Which one? What do you see my point?
Yeah.
Because there's no point in starting to fight and trying to. You want this person to hear your view more, or you want this person to agree with your approach. What is it?
I suppose it's just acknowledge that I sent an email explaining a whole bunch of things, and it wasn't responded to, and that whole info I shared was just ignored, and I'm feeling irritated by that.
Oh, okay. So I can't still kind of get hold of it because you're not saying what it is.
I know, I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't mean to be rude. You don't have to be personal. But I mean, what do you? Okay, I can't answer. It's either you. Okay, I can't. I don't know what to say to you. You're feeling frustrated, which is angry because they haven't responded. So in that email, you told them what you wanted, or you told them what you wanted them to do. Which was it? I mean, you've got to be clinical in that way.
It was more the context of what's happening around that particular trip. Yes. I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't raise it because I can't really talk about it. So
I know that, but okay, there's two choices. I don't know what. Okay, why don't you tell me what your options are? Put it that way. What are your options? What are the options to try and fix it? What do you think your options are to fix it? You want to fix it, and that's reasonable.
Yeah. So what try and let go of my feelings of whether it's attachment to wanting to be heard or.
But do you need to? That person obviously is offended. Is that right? They're offended. So that means you might have to apologize.
I'm not sure if they are. They might be fine. I'm the one who's, I think,
but
feeling
you said
the
they didn't. But you said they didn't reply.
yeah, they ignored most of this message and just addressed one little thing, which was the least of it. Yeah.
Oh, so they don't have a problem then?
I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's all in my head.
But you must know if there's a problem. So it's not
Well,
as if
that's
they've
why
got a problem. It's not as if
that's why
they
I'm
have
asking
any.
you. But
I know, but wait, Jerry, it all depends, you know. It can't just,
yeah.
I mean, so then if they don't have any do they have any expectation of you being different or something? Or they want you to do something you don't want to do? I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I suppose my thing is, should I say something about the issue or just let it go and try and manage my own emotions around it without saying anything? Um, and I suppose culturally, I've been brought up to not really address issues with people, so I'm torn
but you
between,
mean what
yes, I
you
should
want to,
talk about
so
it.
what you're saying is it okay for me to say, Dear Mary, I don't think you answered my questions, but I want you to try and answer what I said here, 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 and here. What do you think? Is that what you're saying? Then
Well, I
say
suppose
it.
yes, maybe that would be the way to do it.
You're
Yes,
afraid of,
I
I
have to.
mean, it seems to me you're afraid of, you're afraid of, we say we're afraid of upsetting them, but you're afraid they mightn't like you, which is the main attachment most of us have. You're scared to upset the apple cart because you're a nice girl, Jerry. Am I communicating or not? Is it right? I'm
Yes, yes.
on track. So just be straight. I mean, you know this person. You must know their mind a little bit.
Mhm.
So don't be nervous. If you really, either you try to let go of it, it's your problem and tell yourself to shut up and get on with your life and love the other person, or you persevere and you try to get heard if you think it's beneficial. So see, sometimes it depends on the person. Someone like me who's no problem with sticking my nose in, I would be best to shut my mouth. But you might need to say something. It might be good for your
Yes,
mind. But it all depends on this other person, Jerry. Nothing is set in stone. It's very dependent arising, you know.
yes. Thank you.
Don't be scared of what they, okay, the real one then is try not to be attached to them liking you.
Yes,
Be prepared to risk it that they, but if you're straightforward coming from a good place, if you know this person, then trust
yeah.
Jerry.
Okay. Thank
That,
you.
how about that? Will that do?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, time to go home. So 4 scenarios, and it's all the same. I promise you. Look at us. We're all variations on the same theme. We've all got attachment to what we want, and the deepest attachment, which Jerry's one here, is the one to be seen as a good girl. I mean, this is just so tremendous, and maybe Avon's pain too, because he sort of seems to have upset he thinks he's upset his daughter. She's as mad as hell at him. She's blaming him. She won't talk to him. So he's feeling he's done something wrong, you know. So we just have to. This is attachment to being seen as a nice, we all want to be loved, which is good on one side, but we want to be approved of, you know, and we can't stand not being approved of. We can't bear someone not liking us. It's like gives us a panic attack, you know. So we're all the same. Join the club. Okay, everybody. So one step at a time, do your practices and then have it help you work on your mind. See your attachment, try to give it up, have courage, all these things. Chang Chup Sem Chok Rinpoche Ma Ke Panam Ke Guchig Ke Panyam Pa Me Pa Yang Gong Ne Gong Du Fa Ba Shog. And my Lama Zopa Rinpoche come back very, very soon. Okay, he's a little boy in Nepal. I like to see him gallivanting around the mountains. He will be up and around now. I think it's morning for him. I think, not sure. Whatever. Anyway, let's hope he'll come back soon. We want him to hear us. Please, Lama Zopa, little boy in Nepal, come on, we're talking to you. Come back. Okay? Everybody. See you all. It's happy to see you all. Happy to see you all again. Where are we? I kept thinking we're in Australia, but this is not Australia. We're in Santa Fe, aren't we? I got confused because anyway, whatever. Okay, people. Much love, everybody. Keep going, never give up, never give up. Okay, everybody. Much love.